So this story, this woman is starting out lying to herself. She's not going to be able to lie to us, but she put partner in the title. And this is not a partnership. She's lying to herself. She says, partner doesn't understand my tooth pain, says I need to wait until next month to get it fixed. Then proceeds to pre order a $150 video game. This is not a partnership. This is not somebody that cares about your health and well being. But let's get into it. She says, trigger warning, this is about a medical condition. She says, I am so angry and sad. It's unbelievable. I have a cavity I let get too big, and now it's causing extreme tooth, jaw, and gum pain. My gums are flared and painful. I can hardly eat or sleep. I'm constantly crying and in a terrible mood. My partner is telling me every day that my breath smells like literal poo from this rotting tooth. Today, I spent $200 on an emergency dentist appointment that included only two x-rays and a dentist saying, yep, your tooth is effed. My options are root canal, $2,000 plus dollars that I absolutely cannot afford, or tooth extraction for $300 plus that I technically have, but will put us in a tight spot this month, especially since we need to buy back to school stuff for three kids. Anyways, my partner is adamant that I wait until next month to get it fixed or wait until I hear from Ontario Works about my application and hope they will pay for the extraction. But I am effing just fuming because he literally paid over $150 yesterday to pre order a video game that doesn't even get released until mid August. Edit September. He said to me that he deserved to do that because I just paid $200 for a tooth x ray. And I snapped and started crying. He says, I'm selfish and only care about myself. I'm miserable. I can't do anything other than cry and complain about the pain. Tylenol and Advil doesn't help. I wish I could take all my teeth out right now. That's how bad my mouth hurts. This is terrible. This is why when we talk about things as far as health goes, health is a combination of your mental health, physical health, financial health, and the health of your relationships. If any of these things are out of whack, it can make your overall health bad. It could decrease your overall health. Right now, her relationship is in flux, her financial health is jacked, and her physical health is impacting her mental health. Everything, her overall well being is jacked up. And the fact that she is calling this man her partner, but her partner doesn't see the benefit of helping her increase her physical health, that means that this relationship is screwed because she doesn't really have a partner. A partner would care that you're miserable. Instead of saying that her breath smells like poo, they would be like tightening up the budget and only buying the necessities so this woman could get her body back together because it is impacting every piece of their household. Now, I did get these screenshots from Twitter. The original post was posted in the Vent subreddit, and she has since pulled the post. I don't know if she got her teeth fixed. I don't know, but the post got pulled down. But some of the comments, so you have a child as a partner, essentially. There is a severe lack of maturity to liken a medical expense to an entertainment one. So, and then Jolly McStink said, wait, so you have three kids and he's buying video games telling you there's no more money for your health. Not really sounding like let's make a family material to me. Is there a way to cancel his pre-order? I'd, what is that, 1,000,000% cancel if I had the means to. She continues with, you can literally die if the infection spreads to your brain. He can live with pain for his video game. He can't even play yet until it comes out. What a loser. Holy crap. Um, K Bean says children care more than the piece of poop she's with. The OG sandwich maker says, yep, OP could have the bad tooth, the bad tooth get worse. And the most horrific case scenario would be the tooth getting so infected to the point it enters the bloodstream and turns septic. Please don't play around with your tooth health. This is the reason why going to the dentist twice a year is important. Keeping your teeth clean, brushing, all of that because you do not want to get such a bad infection. And yes, it can get infected to the point where you die. The woman at the bottom, I think it's a woman, says, yeah, my old boss passed away from a sudden tooth infection. OP, your partner is a dumbass. Please get the care you need. This person says, I notice children care more if their mommy is in pain. So, no, he's just terrible, in my opinion. CCL Warp says, that's an actual medical emergency. You need to get it taken out ASAP. Infection from a tooth can absolutely spread elsewhere. Is there a dental college near you? Sometimes they do dental work for reduced prices. I think you already know you're not the selfish one here. Eric says, yeah, the last thing you want is carditis from a tough infection. As someone who's had 3 heart surgeries due to having it once, it's not a good time. People don't realize how not hard it is to get either. I don't know what endocarditis is, but we should take all of these pain signals seriously. By the time the pain signal is sending out signals for you to get something fixed, something has been wrong for a while. All right, y'all, join the conversation. Let me know what you think about this one. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. So this woman posted this in my Bourbon Bougie subreddit. She said, horrifying post in Ask Men. She says, I check in with Ask Men from time to time just to see their thought processes. I just ran across a post titled, Why has men's standards in dating seemed to have drastically lowered? My lord, my sweet lord, they say not all men, but read the comments as long as you can before barfing. This is precisely how I like to do things. I don't want to draw attention that we're going into these subreddits. A lot of times people will see it and run over there. I don't want us making comments. So I like how she just gave the title and said, go over there. So I said, let me find this for tomorrow. And I did just that. Okay, here's the post. He says, I, 21-year-old man, have friends my age and even friends that are 10 years older than me telling me that their standards in dating were just someone that is alive and consenting, eventually not obese. You could think that they are just joking, but they are dead serious. On social media, I came across a post of someone asking guys and girls their standards in dating. While girls were able to pin down their exact preferences, most guys were like, well, as long as someone wants me. I'm a younger guy and have had my fair share of standards for a girlfriend. Is men's confidence in dating really at an all time low nowadays? I think the way things are right now, men are just happy to get what they get. I think that women are not prioritizing men because they don't have to. And so men are seeing that. They're feeling that squeeze that the mom to wife pipeline is drying up. And so at this point, they just want someone that likes them. That's what I think. But let's look at the comments from the men. One operator says there's a difference between what we want and what we can get. Maybe your friends had higher standards until they learned the hard way that they couldn't find, get, keep someone who met those standards. L. Dale says, I don't know why OP is trying to frame this like it's a common thing for all men. Almost all of my friends are men, about half of them single. I don't think a single one would ever say alive and consenting in a serious way. They all have standards. Ray J says, yep, I had a mate of mine complain about being unable to get anyone at all. If she's consenting in any way, I am keen. And yet, when a friend of a friend was throwing herself at him, he rebuffed her. Everyone thinks they'll date anything they could get their hands on until someone they deem unattractive is chasing them. Um, Assummation says, I've personally made the alive and consenting joke in the past. You can feel like you mean it when you're in a particularly bad doldrums, but I never actually really meant it. Sam I am green eggs, no ham says, one of my buddies is literally the only man I have ever met who has no standards. When we used to bar hop in our 20s, he had a slogan, GUE, go ugly early, LOL. The man had a near 100% success rate. Ew. Supreme Elect says, in case you're wondering why GUE works, is because the woman being chased feels like she's being prioritized and picked over countless women. If you try to go for the same woman near closing time, she knows you're only interested in her because you struck out with the much gorgeous women, I guess much more gorgeous women, earlier in the night. Last call may be 2 a.m., but most respectable, less attractive women stop entertaining men's attention around midnight. Do what you will with that information. I'm sorry, do with that information what you will. I don't know how I jumbled that up so badly. Sock Puppet says, when you start walking through the desert, a muddy puddle isn't particularly tempting. But if you've been walking through the desert for the last 2 days, that muddy puddle might be quite refreshing. This is where we are, y'all. This is men's thoughts. Leading camera says, brilliant, brilliant analogy. Left hand Lannister says, I've heard the analogy likened to that of everyone is searching for water. Men are searching for it, I guess, in a desert. Women are looking in a swamp, and both are struggling to find some clean water. Edit, I should specify this analogy was used in context of online dating. BCS24 says, there are two sides to men's standards, who you date and who you'd marry. Men tend to have low standards for who they date, but much higher standards for who they would be in a relationship with or marry. Unique username says, should be top comment, how most men see marriage standards is how most women see dating standards. It's these women who are shocked when a guy way out of their league who will sleep with them won't do a long-term relationship. When people throw these acronyms in there, I have to kind of think of them on the fly because I don't write in acronyms. Dilapidated Vessel says, I think dating apps have put many men's confidence and self-esteem through the shredder. Also, I think seeing those takes and seemingly sky-high expectations from women on social media on top of that has made a lot of men essentially give up. So at this point, men are just happy with a woman that appears to like them and give them attention of any kind. I personally worry I've waited too long to put myself out there, and the more I hear and read about the state of modern dating, the more I'm content just being single. I've got good people in my life and the best pets anyway. The thing is, have men not figured out that a lot of women have left the dating apps? If you are basing your self esteem and confidence on dating apps, you're silly and you need to stop searching for outside validation, but they won't. Bilbo332 says, I've thought about this a few times. I'm happy in a relationship, but if God forbid it ended, I'd be in no hurry to jump into another one. She set the bar so incredibly high, and the best of all, she feels the same about me. Whenever I see posts like this, I genuinely feel bad for those looking for a relationship because I strongly believe that social media has unalived probably the most important trait for a relationship: humility. Being able to admit you're not perfect, that sometimes you're wrong, seems to be dying. Like my girlfriend and I, of course, have arguments. No two people are going to agree on everything, but we have a rule that if we feel we're about to raise our voice, we take five and come back. And every time it's ended with one of us apologizing or agreeing to disagree. And this person says, if anything happens to my wife, I'm selling everything and bumming around with my dogs in my truck. That seems silly, but okay. Slight Rent says, plus society backs women 100%. Oh, really? Okay. Um, have they seen the state of politics in this country? Okay. If you are some autist light and make an earnest living, bam, it's off to the gulag for you. Earnest mistake. I'm sorry, earnest mistake. If you are an unaliver psycho, but looks like a top tier model, just improve, bro. LOL. Modern women and dating looks like a hellscape, and a lot of people are just grifting off of lonely men. Yeah, this take is so weird. They really feel entitled and really think that women just out here got it good when our rights are literally being stripped away. These men just don't really think about what is going on in the world. Okay, so back to the post from the Bourbon Bougie subreddit. This person, Free Nobody, had posted this comment, and I'm going to blow this up because I didn't get to it at first. And this is pretty bad. This person says, I prefer the less attractive ones because the relationships tend to be easier with way less drama and testing. I could have held out for a better girl, but sure, I've enjoyed trying to F the boobs off that fat girl I dated in high school for 4 years. I also enjoyed being the most physically attractive one in the relationship. I got away with tons of shit. Now I'm old and don't really care much anymore because I did the bulk of my effing in my prime. That's just me, though. Everyone is different. You can hold out for something better if you want, but in the end, no matter how good she and or you look, time will take that from you both. And effing is a lot more fun when you're both young and stupid. Like the woman said at the beginning, it's important to know their thoughts. And I don't know what we can do with this except just keep watching so that women can not hold them very high, not validate, not care about their opinions very much, because this is what they talk about amongst other men. All right, join the conversation. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. So I watched the Dating Over 40 subreddit. I think it's interesting and important to see what people are going through. This woman asked this question: do men actually think like this? She said, recently, while discussing my dating woes with a married male friend, he told me I've severely limited my options because quality men don't pursue relationships with women like me. After stating that men don't want women who have high standards, he listed a couple more reasons why the men I'd won't want me. Successful career, above average income, and independence negatively impact a man's desire to feel needed. Corn appearance, coupled with quality character and lack of baggage, causes men to think, too good to be real, she must be crazy, so they'll quickly move on to the next woman. I make considerable effort to put the best version of myself in every way possible, but I've been feeling somewhat bummed out since he gave me a male perspective of myself. Are his opinions widely held by men? So I was a little like, what is corn appearance? I didn't know. So, like, let me go through these comments. Proper Penny asked, what the heck is corn appearance? Is he saying you're too successful and too sexy? I don't get it. And she said, I think that was his jerk way of drawing attention to the fact that I bought rather large implants and I have Botox and a bit of filler in my lips and face. Keep in mind, she is over 40, so maybe she's just trying to defy aging. Admirable Ad says many men are turned off by lip filler. It's more of a preference for a natural look than it makes you too good to be true. Surely some men are into that. You just need to find your match. Nobody is turned off by lack of baggage or a quality character. But if there's a meaning behind that, it's like you've never been in a long-term relationship that would raise questions. Other places says is commenting on many men are turned off by lip fillers, and he said and fake boobs. Eastern Coaster says so true, can't stand them. Own Resources says for me it depends on how they look after surgery. If they look fairly natural or close to it, then great. Those that look too perfect and too round, I don't know how else to describe it, is a big turnoff. So right now we are focused on the corn appearance part of it, but in reality, people just need to like who they like and approach who they like instead of seeing someone and then be like, I don't like that type of person. But it is true, some people are attracted to big boobs, some people are attracted to small boobs, some people just happen to like the person and what comes along with their body. Okay, this person D Shiro says, and rather large implants at that. Despite all the watermelon sized boobs are the greatest thing ever stereotypes about men's preferences, some of us find smaller breasts more appealing, regardless of whether the big boobs are natural or manufactured. And then the OP says, I hoped other men would know what he was talking about with the character and baggage comments. I see those things as desirable. I'm divorced, did the long term thing. Admirable Ad says, no clue. I need a magic decoder ring. I'm divorced with kids too, and suspect almost everyone in our situation has at least some baggage. Sir Rush says, I will say the only thing is some men don't like implants or any of the enhancements really, and some do. So, I mean, there's that. That's about the only thing I can think you can take away from this convo with this turd. Seriously, a woman who has her together and isn't needy is fantastic and should be all winning attributes to a healthy, mentally sound male. But dating in the 40s, pool definitely limited. And then the OP says, I understand there are plenty who prefer natural everything. That part doesn't bother me at all. I've chosen to do certain cosmetic procedures for myself to sort of put things back after aging and having my children. It's super limited and far too many unhealthy individuals, unfortunately. She's talking about the dating pool at the bottom. Infamous Front says, I'm right there with you on my cosmetic procedures. I was told by one guy he preferred mom bods. Well, here's the thing I don't prefer my body to look like that. So he wasn't a match for me. I have never liked the statement that most men like natural. That may hold true for over the top surgeries and enhancements, but the right man will be happy with you as the best version of you. Men that are put off by your confidence and success wouldn't be great partners for you anyway. I think it's hard to find quality people while dating, period. Not because they don't exist, but because we don't all match up in the overall large dating pool. Just my 2 cents. Hey, PJ says, you can't put things back after aging. Now you must look your age with implants and fillers. Okay, and we're going to end it with that. Y'all, everything seemed to come back to what she looked like. People just kind of glanced over or glossed over the fact that this man was irritated with the fact that this over 40-year-old woman had her stuff together and she's like over 40. Why would these men not think that women over 40 would have their stuff together? Like we're all just sitting there pining away and just waiting on somebody to take care of us, and we're not. Anyways, let me know what you think of that. Now I'm just going to throw something in for a chuckle. I just want us all to remember the time when Trump was in office and was using his infamous Sharpie. This was in the Pix subreddit. It's captioned, in 2019, Trump extended the path of Hurricane Dorian to Alabama with a Sharpie, which was incorrect. he he was really explaining this picture as if he was doing things. Here is the closer version where you can see that the Sharpie had extended the path. This man really talks like he knows what he's talking about when he is quite foolish. And I still do not know and understand why people go along with this when this man uh, like he has the brain capacity of a plushie toy. That's where he is. He got the brain capacity of a plush toy, and people want to put him in office. He shouldn't be running a lemonade stand, and that's where I stand on that. All right, join the conversation. Let me know what you think of this. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.